That's really hard to say 5 times fast. Let's try it right now. Surreptitious 7-star seal sundering. Surreptitious 7-star seal sundering. Surreptitious What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Malnoxx here. Genshin servers are down right now, so that only leaves one thing to do, and that is to look at the patch notes for 2.6. Now, there's a lot of stuff in there that we already know as far as the characters coming up, some of the events, but we're also going to dive into the bug fixes, the adjustments, and the optimizations, and talk about the things that you might not have heard about. So let's jump right into it. All right, so here are the details of version 2.6, the Zephyr of the Violet Garden. Now, starting right off, I really like that name. I like all of the Genshin version names, though. They always have really cool names, but Zephyr of the Violet Garden has a good ring to it. Starting off with the most important part, our free mode gems, meaning we're getting 600 free mode gems for the downtime, again 300 for the bug fixes, and then 300 for the maintenance. Now, there's a potential that we get an extra 60 per hour. It goes after 5 hours, but that's extenuating circumstances if for some reason the maintenance takes more than 5 hours, which typically it does not. So we can expect 600 Primo Gems. Now remember, those Primo Gems are only available in your mailbox for 30 days, so make sure you grab them as soon as you can so you don't miss out. So we have a new area coming up, the Chasm, which unlocks as long as you are Adventure Rank 28 and have completed the Archon quest A New Star Approaches, and the World Quest Surreptitious 7-star Seal Sundering. That's really hard to say 5 times fast. Let's try it right now. Surreptitious 7-star Seal Sundering. Surreptitious 7-star Seal Sundering. Surreptitious I can't do it. Can you? Comment down below if you can say that 5 times fast. We also have information on the new Hydro Sword user, Pillar of Fortitude, Kamisato Ayato. Now, we have talked in previous videos about his skill and his burst. I'll link that up here. And then the new domain, as long as you're Adventure Rank 22 and have completed the Archon Quest Prologue Act 3 Song of the Dragon and Freedom. And that's going to be located in the Chasm with the 2 new sets for Million Hereafter and the Echoes of an Offering. We also have Kamisato Ayato's new weapon, Harang Gapaku Futsu, which is a really cool 5-star sword. We talked about that a little bit more in previous videos, but it gives you a boost to your elemental damage as well as buffing your auto attacks or your normal attacks. And then our big overarching event in this version is going to be the Hues of the Violet Garden. You can unlock a free Xingqiu by doing this event, which is very good. If you don't have Xingqiu, I mean, he is a fantastic addition to any team. Great Hydro applicator, great for vaporized teams. Definitely pick him up if you don't have him, and new cons are always a good thing. And then we do have more events that are coming up that are within this big festival. So the big festival is organizing the Iridori Festival in Inazuma, and then we have the Sun and Stars Inscribed, Theater Mechanicus, Clash of the Lone Blades, and the Floral Courtyard, which are all going to be different events that are within that larger event. You can earn Primo Gems, you get a crown, talent materials, furnishings, recipes, everything like that. Now the first act of that is going to start on April 7th. So April 7th is when that first act starts, and then each new act is coming out every 2 days, so the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th until April 25th. To access those, you got to be Adventure Rank 30 or above and have completed the Rito Escape Plan part of the Archon quest, which is kind of the intro into Inazuma. So this suggests that you complete Ayato, Raiden Shogun, and Kokomi's story quest to best enjoy the event, but you can still get to it through the quick start menu if you haven't done this story quest yet. We have Chapter 2, Act 4 of the Archon quest coming out, which I'm very excited about. I can't wait to see what's coming next in the Archon quest. We know that Dainsleif is coming back in this Archon quest, and hopefully we see a little bit more about our sibling. And then, of course, Ayato's story quest, and then some new world quests as well, which I'm assuming are going to be all revolving around the Chasm, the new area that we're getting. New enemy is the Ruined Serpent, which we get to see in the Chasm, as well as the Black Serpent Knight Windcutter, who, from what we've seen, looks a little bit like the Husk enemies that we had during the 3 Realms Gateway Offering event. It says when the attacks hit a character defended by shields, they will obtain buffs at the cost of its HP. So it takes damage, but it buffs itself if it hits you and you have a shield on, so be careful of that. And then Floating Hydro Fungus is a spore organism of some intelligence. It possesses extreme adaptability. Developed items dropped by the Floating Hydro Fungus will also be added to the Paimon Bargain and future versions. So it looks like Hydro Fungus is going to be dropping some type of character ascension material that we're going to need in the future. So it might be a good idea to farm those and hang on to them. Also, we're getting some new recipes. Kamisato Ayato's specialty looks like a new recipe added to the Inazuma food stall, and some new recipes from the Hues of the Violet Garden event. There's going to be some new achievements. So for all of you achievement hunters out there, we do have some new achievements coming in the Challenger Series 5 and Chasm Lighter, and some new ones added to Wonders of the World. Chasm Lighter, I'm assuming, is all about the chasm. Lots of new achievements there, which is going to be great, and some new name cards for Ayato's rank 10. The Lumen Stone, which is the new gadget we get in the chasm, getting that up to level 10 is going to give us a name card. And then the Challenger Series 5 Chasm Lighter name cards, as well as the Battle Pass name card. I'm excited to see what the Battle Pass name card looks like. So we're getting a new furnishing, which is a practice plaque and practice stakes. The practice stakes can be placed anywhere within a limited area, and then you can initiate the practice challenge by destroying the wooden stakes in 2 seconds. Challenge is considered a success if you do that. Destroy all the stakes in 2 seconds, and you interact with the practice plaque to check your records. That's going to be interesting. So it's just, you just put these stakes down and then you have to just destroy them all. I don't know if you destroy them all with a burst, you destroy them all with, you know, combinations or what. I'm excited to see a little bit more about what exactly that is. I would really love to see some type of like targeting dummy that exists in the teapot where we can use that and just continually attack it to test our builds, so you can see, you know, what your skill hits for. You can do elemental reactions on it and really fine tune your builds without having to necessarily go out and attack enemies or bosses with it, and just be able to do that all within your teapot. I think that would be a great addition and would really give people an opportunity and a reason to spend more time in their teapot right now than they do. Now, with the coming of the chasm, it is going to be a darker area, so they do have a new option to adjust brightness in your settings. You go to settings and then graphics, and you can adjust the brightness now. Also, radiant spin crystals added to Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma, and you can unlock the realm music in your teapot. Now, the radiant spin crystals, I think, are the things that are like the records that we get in the teapot from the traveling salesman right now, and it looks like some have been added to Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. Not sure exactly where those are. Maybe there's some new vendors, or perhaps they're at the sigil shops there. And it says the traveling teapot salesman has added more radiant spin crystals, which can be purchased after obtaining and completing world quests in Inazuma. Now, after you complete Raiden Shogun's story quest, there is a new shop in Rito where you can get Sengo Pearls, Unagi meat, and 2-star Lucky Dog artifacts. Very good. Best set, might I say. Lucklight Flies and Blue Thunder Weasels, which are 2 new capturable living beings that we're getting. I'm assuming that's coming with the chasm. Harvestable Resource Star Shroom, which is again probably something that we're going to see within the chasm. On mobile, they added a shortcut to be able to just tap and hold on a character to open your party interface, which is really nice. You can swap characters a little bit faster there. And then there's the new loot drops from Abyss Heralds and Abyss Lectors, which is the Gloomy Statuettes, the Dark Statuettes, and the Deathly Statuettes. Now, those are the items that we need to ascend Ayato's new weapon. In a previous video, I had predicted that those might come off of the new Ruined Serpent boss, but it looks like it's off of Abyss Heralds and Abyss Lectors, which makes me think maybe we're going to see more Abyss Heralds and Abyss Lectors within the chasm, because right now you don't run into them that often where it would be really easy to farm them. So I'm guessing we're going to get more Abyss Heralds and more Abyss Lectors in the chasm so that we can farm these gloomy, dark, and deathly statuettes. The new Spiral Abyss Leyline Disorder, all characters in the party gain a 75% Animo damage bonus. So it looks like Animo characters are going to be very good in the Abyss right now. So hey, Zhao, I'm looking at you. I'm really happy to have a C4 Gene right now. And they updated the monster lineup and floors 11 and 12 of the Spiral Abyss. We have the 3 lunar phases for the Spiral Abyss. Phase 1 of the Spiral Abyss is after a character's normal attack hits an opponent, this opponent will be affected with a Mark of Ending. After 10 seconds, this Mark of Ending is removed, dealing true damage to the opponent. When a character's normal attack hits an opponent with the Mark of Ending, the damage dealt by the Mark of Ending's removal will be increased, and it can be increased 9 times. So this is, again, kind of playing into characters that have a really strong, really fast rate of attack, like Ayato, like a Machine Gun Official, or like a Yoimiya, where when you hit an opponent with a normal attack, if you can keep attacking it quickly before the mark ends in 10 seconds, you're going to do a lot of damage to that enemy. In Phase 2, we have Snap Rain Moon, which is after a character's normal attack hits an opponent, the damage dealt by this character's normal attack will increase by 12% for 5 seconds. The effect stacks 5 times, and each stack is calculated independently and can trigger every 0.1 seconds. And then in Phase 3, we have Iris Moon. After a character's normal attack deals damage to opponents, the physical or elemental resistance of this opponent will decrease by 6% for 5 minutes, matching the type of damage dealt. This can stack 7 times. Resistance decreases of different types can coexist, and their stacks and timers will be independent of each other. I'm sensing a theme with normal attacks buffing the characters or debuffing the enemies in some way, which is playing into Ayato's playstyle, and as a YAE MIKO main, I'm here for it. Now finally getting into the adjustments and optimizations, we have some lowering the damage done by Geovishop hatchlings when their tail sweep skill hits a character continuously. This is long overdue because let me tell you how annoying it is to get knocked down and then killed by one of those little hatchlings. I feel like the hatchlings are more annoying and harder to kill than the Primo Geovishop even. Optimizing the appearance of the Primo Geovishop in the living being section of the archive. And then we also have some optimizations to different icons in the game. Some slight adjustments, rising music volume in the Serenity Pot, as well as some voiceovers for characters and quests. And then there's also some alternate outfit voice lines for Jean, Amber, Rosaria, and Mona, and you can change those in character outfit. So if you change their outfit, it's going to change some of their voice lines as well. And now starting here, for all the cutscenes from version 2.6 and before, Jean, Amber, Rosaria, and Mona have their appearances changed to their new alternate outfits. So all the cutscenes that they were in the game are now their new outfits. And then some other adjustments and optimizations that involve controller support, which I'm not really too well versed on since I play on keyboard and mouse. And into the bug fixes. Now there are some really interesting bug fixes in there. There's some things that are just fixing, little quest glitches where their location might not be exactly where they were, or the marker might be a little bit off, filling in lost text quests, things like that. Some slight bug fixes to different enemies. And then a lot of optimizations and fixes of things that were very rare occurrences. But the one I want to talk about, and the one that I think is the best and the biggest change here, is that we have some character bug fixes. And these character bug fixes, I think some of them are just graphic, but some of them are game changing. Specifically, that's number 3, fixes an issue with the character YAE MIKO, whereby her Sesho Sakura ability would attack opponents at random. Sesho Sakura will now prioritize attacks on the nearest opponent within range after the fix. Thank goodness. This was so frustrating with YAE MIKO. Her targeting was so off. And now, instead of just randomly targeting a character, her attacks will target the opponents that are closest by. And that, I think, is going to be a huge difference and might make some more people play YAE MIKO a little bit more, because I know that was a big frustration with her when she first came out. Now, it doesn't say in here, but I'm also hoping that they fix the bug where when she uses her burst, it freezes your camera and you can't move it around at all. That was really annoying. Hopefully that's fixed, and we'll see when the version goes live if that's fixed or not. And that just about does it for the new update and everything coming out in 2.6. If there's anything I missed, let me know down in the comments below. And if there's anything that you're really happy about, you're really looking forward to with this new version or some of these bug fixes that we talked about, let me know that as well. We stream live over on Twitch every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Link is down in the description below. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it or if it helped you out, and ring the bell so you always know when we upload new videos and you can hop on them right away. And until next time, you guys stay legendary, and remember the sun will rise and we will try again. Peace out.